Unit 3. Global tributes flow for Iron Lady Thatcher. AFPGG AP. World leaders Tuesday paid tribute to former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, the controversial Iron Lady, whose polarizing 11 years in power saw her take on trade unions, go to war over the Falkland Islands, and wield her signature handbag against the European Union. Thatcher's spokesman, Tim Bell, said she died from a stroke Monday morning at the Ritz Hotel in London. She was 87. The first woman to lead a major Western power, Thatcher served 11 and a half uninterrupted years in office before stepping down November 28, 1990, making her the longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century. Infuriated by Britain's image as the sick old man of Europe, Thatcher set out to dismantle its cradle-to-grave welfare state, selling off scores of massive state-owned industries, crushing the power of organized labor, and cutting government spending with the purpose of liberating the country from what she called a culture of dependency. On the world stage, she collaborated closely with her friend Ronald Reagan to modernize Europe's anti-Soviet nuclear shield by deploying Cruise and Pershing II missiles in Britain, a costly and controversial enterprise that some analysts will later say contributed to the breakup of the Soviet Union. Thatcher then joins Reagan's successor, George Bush, in repelling Saddam Hussein's invasion of Kuwait, counseling Bush not to go wobbly on her. She fought her own war as well, dispatching an armada to retake by force the Falkland Islands, a colonial outpost off South America, after they were invaded by Argentina in 1982. At the same time, she negotiated the end of Britain's lease over another colonial relic, Hong Kong. Queen Elizabeth II authorized a ceremonial funeral, a step short of a state funeral, for Thatcher at St. Paul's Cathedral in London next week with military honors. British newspapers reported that the former premier had herself asked not to receive a state funeral, knowing it would prove divisive. Thatcher was the first and still only female prime minister in British history, yet she often found feminists tiresome. Her boxy black handbag became such a recognizable part of her image that her way of dressing down ministers and opponents became known as handbagging.